Hey, I know a lot of you are new to the Instant Pot, so I thought I'd give a quick run through on the basics of it, as well as show you how I use it to make my Instant Pot steel cut oats. So there's really not a lot to it. A couple of things that you want to know about. When you get it, you've got this little moisture catcher that you're just gonna plug into the back here. You can see it's right underneath that hole. That's where it goes. Plug it in here. You have to push it a little hard to get it to seat. And this is your pot. You'll see in here, there is a 2/3 full line. You want to make sure that when you're doing soups or things like that, that the liquid never goes any higher than that line. Otherwise, you end up getting a lot of liquid to spill over into this, and it comes out the top steam valve and stuff. About the only thing you need to know about the lid is it has this seal that goes inside. You're going to want to make sure that you put it in, make sure it's seated in there properly. It's pretty simple, doesn't matter if there's not an up or a down, either way works. And you'll just get that to snap in there. Now the one thing that I will tell you about this seal is it will, because you're going to be making a lot of spicy food, at least I do. I make a lot of spicy food. Indian dishes, Mexican dishes, different Asian dishes, and those smells will start to accumulate in this seal here. So, how do you say it? It has a savory smell. Nothing wrong with that, except that when you then go and make something that isn't supposed to be savory, it can give it a bit of a spicy flavor. So oatmeal, for example. What you can do is you can actually buy two different seals, a set of two seals. I don't know how much they are. I don't think it's very expensive. One is red, one is blue, something like that. But you would use one of them for your savory cooking, one of them for your non-savory cooking. I'm actually going to do that. It doesn't bother me that much. So here we have a cover. That pops off, so you can clean that if you need to. Put it back in. Just get it to seat, push it down. This is your steam valve. As you start to cook and as pressure builds up, this button's gonna pop up. Once it does, you can't take the lid off anymore. This is your steam release. Now, when you cook something, usually what you do is just let the pressure release naturally. It'll take 10, 15 minutes, but eventually the pressure inside will release. That'll pop down. Every once in a while it gets a little bit stuck and you just have to give it a little poke and it pops down. And then you can take the lid off and get at your food. But when this thing is popped up, and if you try to press it down, it'll just release steam and pop back up again. So then you know that there's actually steam built up in there and you don't want to try to take the lid off. Now, sometimes you're in a bit of a hurry, and you can do a manual release, which is where you'll press this down and then the steam will come shooting out. You can even press it down and lock it in place. And it's certainly okay to do that sometimes, but there's other dishes, like for example, when I make my steel cut oats, which I'll show you later in the video, if you try to release that steam manually, it just causes everything inside to kind of explode and you have a oatmeal mess all inside your lid, and you know, so you don't do it in that situation. But other times, like when I make rice, as soon as it's done, I go ahead and press the release, let all that steam come out. All right, well then let me show you how I make steel cut oats. Okay, for our steel cut oats, I use a Pyrex 1.5 quart bowl. And the thing I like about this is when I make steel cut oats in a pot, you really have to babysit it and give it a stir every now and then so it doesn't burn onto the bottom of the pan. And it's just it's a lot of work, in my opinion. This makes it so much easier, and I'll show you how we do that. So I like to make 4 servings of steel cut oats. 1 cup of steel cut oats into the bowl. And then I'm going to put 2 cups of water plus 1 cup of soy milk or almond milk, whatever you prefer. Now I could use all water, that's fine, but 1 cup of plant-based milk just gives it a bit of a creamier taste. And you want to make sure you're not using the instant steel cut oats, just the regular ones. Now you're also going to put 1 cup of water in the bottom of your pan. Then this is where this trivet comes in. You put your bowl on the trivet thing and put it into the Instant Pot. Put your lid on, give it a turn so it locks in place, double check it. Then we're going to select pressure cook, so we'll just move our dial until it highlights pressure cook, press the button, and now it highlights the time, press the button, and we're just going to back that off to 18 minutes and press start, and that's it. Okay, so here we go. You can see it's all done. It's been on keep, it says keep warm, so it's been keeping it warm for 37 minutes. But if we take a look, our thing is down. We can press this, no steam comes out, so we're good. We can take the lid off. And here is our oatmeal. Perfect, perfect steel cut oats. I'll put it in a container, pop that glass bowl into the dishwasher. Couldn't be simpler.